the Monterey Park mass shooting, I got that call like at 2 a.m. We have 10 people dead and several others hit. We got a case where a father shot and killed his 4 children plus his mother-in-law.
Welcome to the Proper Scoundrel Show.
Steve, how you doing, bud?
Good, brother. How are you?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
You joined the club.
Yes.
Retirement.
Loving it.
I can tell, man. I remember Steve out in the field. It was like business.
And nature of the game.
Yeah. So homicide.
Yeah.
How many years?
17 at homicide.
And 38 on the department.
Yeah. 38 on the department, and the last 17 at homicide that were like dog years.
It goes fast. We just talked about that.
Oh, yeah, it does. It seems like just yesterday I came on.
You did some pretty heavy cases, I know.
Yeah. A couple of them I blame my partner at the time because I feel he was a shit magnet. But it's luck of the draw. You're up for murders every 7 to 10 days, and during that time you're in kind of a batting order.
Yeah.
1 through however many teams, and it's just luck on how the cases come up. I mean, there was my partner at the time, Vince Choi, and it was September of 2020. We caught the case where the 2 deputies were shot in Compton. So we had that one. And again, we were up. He and I were first up, and we caught that case. Damn. And it was ours. And, we ran on it and eventually got the suspect in custody. Within a few days, identified him and got him in custody. And then about 2.5 months later, we caught a case up in Lancaster. It was like the Sunday after Thanksgiving, where 2 children were murdered and decapitated by their parents. And then the following year, the Sunday after Thanksgiving, up in Lancaster again, we caught a case where a father shot and killed his 4 children plus his mother-in-law. And I always tell Vince, you're the shit magnet partner. I mean, thank goodness the following Thanksgiving we were off. So I felt we were saving the kids of Lancaster at that time.
At Lancaster.
But it's luck of the draw. I mean, I talked a little bit about the Monterey Park mass shooting. It was, again, I had a brand new partner. He had just started. We were first up, and I got that call like at 2 a.m. And my desk calls and says, "Hey, sir, just want to let you know we have a shooting in Monterey Park. We have 10 people dead and several others hit." My first reaction was like, okay, who's screwing with me?
Ronnie.
Come on. Yeah. I'm thinking, Ronnie Duvall, you're long gone.
Oh, you got the desk?
And they're like, "No, sir, it's true."
True.
So we roll out, and sure enough, I mean, 10 were dead right there. An 11th died the following day. But it was just, yeah.
DRT. What was the situation with that one?
That one, the suspect was an elderly Vietnamese national who basically grew up in China, and he was just pissed off at the world over a lot of things that he had in his own mind. It happened at a dance studio in Monterey Park during the Chinese New Year celebration. They were having a big dance gathering there that night. He had previously given lessons at that dance studio, but hadn't been there in, 10, 15 years. And he showed up that night knowing the celebration would be there. He walked in with a Mac 11, small, semi-automatic gun with a homemade suppressor, and just started firing on the people as they were dancing and music was going. And, at one point reloaded, continued to shoot, then left, went to a second dance studio, attempted to shoot the kid that worked there, who wrestled, and the gun jammed, thank God, and the kid wrestled the gun away, and the suspect fled, and eventually he was tracked down to Torrance, where he ended up committing suicide. I mean, later that night, my partner and I went to his place in Hemet. We found somewhat of a manifesto or a letter that he had written, claiming all this malfeasance, but nothing specific. He just held a grudge forever.
Damn.
Yeah. But he took 11 people's lives.
Damn. How long were you there?
On that scene, I mean, because obviously, we didn't do it alone. We had a lot of assistance from our
team,
partners.
right?
Yeah. We were at that scene. I mean, it got called out at like 2 a.m. Got there. I think my partner and I left to go hit the house or the trailer in Hemet probably about 9 o'clock that night. And then we didn't finish there till probably 6 o'clock the next morning. So, that was a long one.
It isn't like, it's not understandable. A lot of people that when you do that scene and something comes up, you go to the next one. You go to the next part. If they catch, if they got a containment, you're going to write the warrant. You don't go home and say, hey, I'll see you guys in the morning. I did my 8. If it takes off, it takes off. And you got secondaries, you got all kind. It doesn't end.
Oh yeah.
You guys live there. That's hard, man. That's hard. To stay awake, to stay clear after 25, 35 hours out, you don't get to take a nap.
I talked about the deputies being shot in Compton. I remember that one because it was Saturday night. I got the call a little after 7, and my team lieutenant called and said, hey, we have 2 deputies shot. One is dead, one circling the drain, was the initial report. So it's like, okay, gear up, let's go. I roll code 3 to the CP in Compton at the Youth Athletic League, and I get there. I'm the first one there from homicide, and now it's okay. We got to start rolling. So the call out a little after 7. I didn't go home to get just a few hours sleep until Monday morning at about 2 a.m.
Damn.
So, but we all did. We were all there, the entire team, and doing what we needed to. But by then, we had what we believed to be the suspect identified, and we had surveillance teams out looking for him.
Yeah.
So, let's go home, get a few hours sleep, and then come back and let's do it again, which we did.
For people that don't know, what were the circs on that one?
So 2 deputies, Claudia Apolinar, Manny Perez, were working. They were on duty, uniform, sitting in their patrol vehicle at the Compton Blue Line station for the train, the MTA train. They were sitting in their car as part of their normal patrol duties when the suspect approached them on the passenger side of the car, pulled out a .40 caliber handgun, and through the window shot both deputies. Manny took several shot rounds to his right arm. He took a through and through to his forehead that, thank God, didn't penetrate the skull. Claudia took through and through to both wrists, as well as a through and through to her jaw, almost severing her tongue off. And then the suspect ran away. He ran away northbound, got into a car, took off. Both deputies got out of the car, not knowing where the attacker was. Manny's trying to put his own tourniquet on. Claudia helps him. And then eventually, the units roll. They're trying to put out radio traffic. Units roll. They get him to the hospital. And then, obviously, we get the call, and now the hunt begins. I mean, there was one witness, a lady who was a hero in all of this, that was, because the train tracks are on Willowbrook Ave.
Yeah.
And the train tracks separate Willowbrook. So you have East Willowbrook, West Willowbrook. The deputies were on the east side. This lady was leaving with her kids, leaving the McDonald's at Willowbrook and Compton. Mm. She's driving northbound on West Willowbrook when she sees the suspect shoot the deputies.
Really?
She then tells her daughter, call 911.
Whoa.
She sees the suspect get into a car and flee. She then goes basically in pursuit of him. She cuts across Elm, which cuts across the tracks, gets behind the suspect.
No way.
Her then 15-year-old daughter, 15-year-old daughter is on 911.
She's on the patch.
And she's giving a partial plate.
Nice.
And they end up losing him. They get cut off and they lose him. But they stay behind. So then we knew the race of the suspect we were looking for and the type of vehicle, a black Mercedes. And then everything just started falling together as we started piecing things together that night into the next day. And then eventually we were able to identify what we believed was a suspect who had shot and carjacked a guy about 11 days prior and stole a black Mercedes that was still outstanding.
Yeah.
And then it kind of fell together, and eventually that following Tuesday is when our surveillance teams picked up a different car he was in, went in pursuit, and then he went to ground in Linwood. And then eventually after like 8 or 9 hours of him hiding under a chicken coop, he was taken into custody.
Damn.
Yeah,
Damn. A lot of things had to fall in place for that one.
it did. It did.
I mean, I saw all of it, but I'm just telling you, I watched them. They did great. They were mortally wounded, and she did fantastic.
Yeah.
He did too, but he was more. It seemed like he was more out of it than her. She kicked ass, covered in blood.
Yeah, big time. I mean, and not being able to speak due to her injuries, but still on the radio, getting the radio traffic out.
And shot through both arms.
Shot through both arms, and like I said, through the jaw. Her tongue was just basically hanging on.
I'm not trying to talk bad about him. He got
no,
but
Manny,
she kicked ass.
So Manny initially went to his radio.
Yeah.
We found it when we inspected his gear later. One of the rounds went across his chest on the outside of his vest and actually took out his handheld mic.
Okay.
He didn't know.
Oh, so he's still trying to talk.
Yeah, but at one point he grabbed her microphone and was able to put out some traffic. But
they're still thinking.
yeah, he was still trying to, because his first instinct when he got out, he pulled, and he's right-handed, he went for his gun. He didn't know how badly he was injured, and he dropped his gun right away.
Could have held it.
Yeah, but still, his first instinct was
yeah.
right there.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that they both survived was huge.
Yeah, and that was just Will.
Yeah, big time.
I watched her, and we had to do our stuff, and she killed it. She's
Yeah.
fucking awesome, man.
Oh, I know.
Awesome.
Yeah, they both were, and
They found cover. They moved. They did what they're supposed to do. They did what they're trained to do.
Yeah.
And kicked ass.
and then when it came to the trial for that, because it was, again, during COVID, it was post-George Floyd,
Yeah.
so neither had ever testified before. They had both been on just over a year.
TSB.
Yeah, they were at TSB. They had, I think he trained at Temple. She trained at San Dimas, but they were TSB bodies. And they were same academy class, and they just started working together because they knew each other from
Yeah.
the academy when all this happened.
Damn.
And then testifying, they go from never testifying before to now they're victims, and they both kicked ass and did a great job.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. And they thought one was down at the beginning.
Oh, I was getting calls that one was dead, one was circling the drain. Then by the time I landed at the command post, one of our detectives from Homicide who works a different team was at the command post. He just rolled from home, and he's freaking out, telling me they were both dead. And so, yeah, one of the first things I diverted 2 of my team members, go straight to the hospital, get me real-time info. I need to know how they're doing. And that was one of the things we had to,
The messages are so crazy at the beginning. They just are.
They are. And I'm not faulting anyone for that because
it just happens at every time, always.
because Lord knows I've probably done that in the past when I worked patrol.
We've all
also.
done it.
Yeah.
And it's word of mouth. You're talking to one person, they're on talking. No one, you don't know for a while.
Oh, yeah. No, you don't.
No, it takes a while to get all the situation in control.
Yeah.
And that's the situation that's not going to be in control for hours, man.
Yeah,
Hours.
you're not going to know.
No. But I'm glad they're still here.
Oh, yeah. No, they're doing great. Manny has since retired due to his injuries. He had multiple surgeries on his right arm. And now he's gotten married. He's selling real estate. He's doing well. Claudia is back working. I think she's at AOT now.
Nice.
But yeah, she's back, and he retired.
We had the privilege of seeing a lot of stuff by pulling video, and deputies, man, they impress me all the time.
Oh, yeah.
No, all the time. There's a few. One in Inglewood, I thought, there's a female deputy. She killed it. Killed it. Just amazing under pressure. Just
Right.
kept her composure and kicked ass.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we see it even more because, when we're dealing with, and you guys pulling the video for us with deputy-involved shootings or, when they're in the middle of a fight and doing what they do, I mean, God love them.
Yeah.
Because, and even more so now with body cam,
Yeah.
You're dealing with that
Yeah.
and seeing what they go through and how they handle themselves. It's awesome.
What do you think of Lancaster? What is it? Why? Why is it so? I've never done more roles out than Lancaster.
Lancaster, Palmdale, still, I consider it the Wild West.
Oh, my God.
but every deputy that I've dealt with up there and every case I've had up there have been great cases. The deputies are hardworking. A lot of them have ended up at homicide, and they are some of the best investigators there because I think they're out on an island and they have to learn on the fly.
Yeah.
But they are, I mean,
seasoned.
other than the drive to that godforsaken place, which I refer to as Boogerville, I mean, the cases up there and the deputies who work there are awesome.
Yeah, but they are on an island.
Yeah, they are.
Crime isn't the normal little things. It's mass just shooting, the craziness.
Like I said, those two crazy ass kid cases that I had were both up there. Thinking something's in the water or the air at that place. But I've had several cases up there. I mean, I didn't have the handle, but I rolled up when Steve Owen was murdered, and just dealing with that and seeing everything going on up there. But also, not saying that almost every one of our stations they're close, but it just seems like up in the Antelope Valley they have that little bit more of closeness to them when it comes to one of their own.
It's like another department.
It is.
They're both sheriffs, but it's another department.
Oh yeah,
it
is.
And I worked Wayside, so I knew a lot of those guys because they all lived up there or they stayed up there. So when I would go up there, Owens, we worked on that. Terrible day, Sergeant Owens. Yeah. But I'm gonna get to it. The parents with the kids, and we had the one in Gardena with the lady with the samurai sword. I mean, those are the hardest, brother.
Yes.
And for me, they're hard, but you had to sit there and go through, like we just talked about, years of all this. How do you do it?
I mean, you do it, and you take it personal, but you also have to consider it as a job. Yeah. And you're doing a job, and the job you're doing, again, I keep beating this horse in the ground, but you're doing it for the victims and their families. I mean, by far the worst scene I have ever seen, and it affected me for a while, was the two kids that were decapitated. And that scene, I mean, fortunately, we just, both the parents were convicted on that recent. In fact, they're going to be sentenced next week. But that scene is one that sticks with you. And, even in retirement, because we still go back and testify. I went and testified on that case. And, yeah, you relive it, but, it's for the greater good, if that sounds kind of corny or stupid, but it is.
No, it doesn't.
The same thing with the four kids and their grandmother who was murdered by their father. I mean, those cases, those are the ones that really stick with you. But like I said, you have to picture it as a job, and you're doing your work for the victims. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it may hit you hard, but you have to get over it because look at the families and what they've lost. Yeah. The mother of those four children came home and found them all dead. And, listening to her 911 call and then interviewing her and just seeing that grief and that, to me, obviously she's the one that's living with that. We have a little bit of that we live with, but nothing like what they're doing. So to me, that's the job we have to do for them.
I think it was me and Dave were talking about the scream, and it's an alarm.
Oh yeah,
it's an alarm that you just don't forget.
No,
nothing takes that sound away.
No, the scream of a grieving loved one is something you will never forget.
Never. It's a different tone, and it just resonates. And Dan Light called it guttural.
Oh, it is. It's beyond guttural. I mean, it's coming from deep within their soul, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
I mean, for them to lose a loved one in such a horrific fashion is the worst.
That's the thing. Murder. It's not natural.
No.
Most people won't be touched by murder. Most.
Fortunately.
Most. The ones that do, I wish everyone could understand the feeling of that because it'll stop the people that don't.
Yeah.
Because it's not human. It's not rational. It's not what we're supposed to be.
Right.
Killing another person is just not supposed to be a thing.
completely senseless.
And then the kids, you walk in with a uniform and your badge and your training and all this shit. I don't care. It tears you up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you could walk in there like a civilian and be the same. We don't go, oh, I got a shield. I'm a cop. You see that and it destroys you. Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell a real quick story. I remember going to a scene and it was the one where the lady took the samurai sword or smothered her kids and samurai sword to the husband, I believe. But the trainee was at the door. You know when they guide you to where you're going to go get the video. Right. He's like, come on in, sir. And he walks me in. And I'm thinking I'm going to go see the video. And he takes me in the bedroom with the babies. And I look at him and go, what are you doing? You go, what's going on? Is it in here? He goes, no, it's in the garage. I go, why the fuck did you bring me in here?
Right.
And he says, well, I thought you would want to see. I go, why the hell would I want to see that? You know, and he goes, oh, I'm sorry, sir. I go, dude, you know, like I'm full. I don't need any more.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of it, but I don't need to see that.
I don't need to take that baggage with
any
me.
More?
Yeah.
Give me some more, sir. I've been doing this shit 30 years. You're gonna give me some more. So I went to the garage and I told his partner, I go, don't you ever fucking do that. We're not you guys that want to. Maybe there's some guys that like to see that stuff or like, oh, let's go see the carnage. I'm not that person anymore. I've never been that person. But now I'm an old guy, and you're going to try to show and tell me? I lit him up, man. I don't usually light up trainees, and I lit him up. And his deal was, what the fuck is wrong with you? I thought everybody would like to see this.
Yeah, no. Come on, kid. I've seen enough. I don't need to keep
I said, I'm full, bro. I'm not afraid of it. I'm full. You know, the only thing that bothered me about crime scenes is the smell. I don't get sick of any blood or anything. The smell gets me. That's the hard one.
If you have a smell, I mean, the sight of something, not so much. But yes, the smell is what sticks with you, especially if you have a decomposed body and that there's no smell like a decomp. Decomp is that you know the difference. And that is
rotting. It's bad. It's just bad.
You know, being inside of a house that has been sealed up and
the heat.
And those are usually with like a non-criminal death, but it just permeates everything where once you get home, that suit goes directly in a plastic bag and the poor dry cleaner that has to deal with that.
You undress in the garage.
Yeah.
You don't take it in the house.
No, that doesn't go in the house.
It does not go in the house.
No, I remember the story of one of our old homicide detectives before I got there. They were running a cadaver dog, and the cadaver dog's going to his trunk. And they're like, dude, what the hell is going on? Why is the cadaver dog hitting on your trunk? What are you doing, on your off-duty hours? It was his mask that he would wear to autopsies.
So it's in the filters.
So it was in the filters, and the dog was picking up on that. And it's like,
they got a Dexter working for you.
Exactly. But if you would have known this guy, you'd probably think, I could see it with
we
him.
Should start watching this guy. Or don't make him mad.
Exactly.
Yeah, these are things that are you have to describe or explain to people that think it's nothing. Nothing. Just walking in the scene. There's smells. There's all kinds of stuff going on that you just can't see on TV.
No. And once you walk into a scene, you're going into it basically analytical. Mm-hmm. You're going in to look. You're looking at evidence. You're looking at what might be, out of place. Yeah. That's your job. But then you're also dealing with the blood, the gore, the smell, and trying to separate that from the job you're doing. It sucks, but you got to do it. Yeah. And then even worse than that is going to the autopsies because, your job just doesn't stop at the scene. You, as a homicide investigator, you should be going to an autopsy because you can ask the doctor questions. The doctor may ask you questions, but you want to know. And, as much as it sucks, I'll tell you, there's no dignity in death, especially when it comes to an autopsy. Just to see one, the first time I saw it, it was like, holy shit. Mm-hmm. They're actually doing that to a body, but they have to get their job done. Yeah. And
it seems really cold, but it has to get done, like you said.
Yeah.
And I used to say it to my kids and I say to my family, like, there's no dignity in being shot either on the street.
No.
Because the paramedics don't give a shit.
Strip you down butt-ass naked.
Butt-ass naked on 76 in May.
Yep.
And your whole neighborhood's laughing.
Yeah.
But you've been shot.
Yeah.
And I've been there with a gangster shot, and he's laying there butt ass naked, and he got nothing to be proud of.
Oh.
And everyone's laughing.
Oh, I didn't get shot, but I got hit head on by a deuce back in like December 1st of 1990 in Norwalk's area. I was on my way home from work, and I get hit head on by a deuce and ejected out of my truck that rolled. And sure enough, fire. What do they do? They roll up after they freed me from under my truck because I was partially stuck under my truck. Strip me down buck ass naked and load me up on a stretcher. And I'm like, at the time I could care less, but later on my partners who had rolled up to the scene are like, hey bro, come on, man. It was cold that night. Oh, thank God there was no cell phones in 90.
It was cold.
I would have
cold.
I would have seen if there was a Polaroid, thank God.
Because it would have been everywhere, all the locker room.
Yeah.
The guys would have went crazy.
Yeah.
It was cold. Sorry.
So in a way I could feel for those gangsters who get shot because it happened to me too.
Yeah. Because they want to look for secondaries. They're looking for more wounds.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just so cold.
Oh, yeah. It's just.
Grab the guy a blanket, man.
Yeah, something. Come on, help a brother out.
Exactly. And, it's just, we shouldn't be laughing at it, but it's fucking hilarious. You got to make fun of some of this stuff. But you got ejected out the front windshield?
Out of my driver's door window.
So you flipped?
Yeah, it rolled, got hit head on. My truck rolled onto the driver's side, wasn't wearing a belt.
And went the other way.
Ejected, right out through my driver's door window, and then the truck rolled. The only thing that kept it going over again was the cheap-ass mirror.
No way.
On a Ford Ranger pickup. Saved my life. I was right out in the middle of the Southside Whittier area when I TC'd.
I didn't know they survived that. You survived that.
Mm-hmm. I was in ICU for about a week.
No shit.
Yeah.
You buy a Ford again?
No. I did not. I was cool with that.
It worked.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Whatever
but
car
I didn't want to relive it.
That's true. Whatever car I'd buy, I put the same mirrors on it, though. Why you got those big Ford mirrors on your car, bro? You don't want to talk about it.
It's a lifesaver. Don't worry about it.
I don't want to be butt-ass naked in the middle of the street again. That's why.
Yeah, right in the middle of Carmenita and Loving while I'm cool.
They get those scissors out. They're just cutting everything off of everybody. But they don't do it to the females. But they only do it to the males. It's got to be something to that.
And sexist is what I call it.
What if she's been shot somewhere else? Jesus. I'd be like, well, you missed a wound. Because they miss wounds all the time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was surprised. When I was at Major Crimes on the surveillance team, we were out here in Ontario looking for a murder suspect. Mm-hmm. And then finally, car leaves the house. Eventually, we pick up the car and ends up at a liquor store off of 4th. And I get out to go check him out, see if it's a guy. And sure enough, it's him. Mm-hmm. So back then we had Nextels.
Okay.
So I chirp up the first guy on my phone who wasn't the brightest guy. And I said, hey, bro, it's him. Have the team, as soon as he sits in the car, let's swoop him, avoid a pursuit. Well, he ends up not putting it out. Thought he did. Hauls ass. The guy looks. He sees me come out with a gun. He takes off running. Now we're in foot pursuit.
Yeah.
Ontario K9 was with us. They had one of our radios, so they hear us putting this out. K9 rolls as a guy cuts down a side street. I'm behind him. My partner's behind me. Well, the car pulls up right as the suspect passes him. He springs open the door and lets the land shark out.
Oh, nice.
And the dog sees white trash with a gun with no uniform.
He bit you.
And he grabs on and he's latched on. And the suspect's looking back laughing and he keeps running. So I end up with a hole in my bicep area. And, they call paramedics out. And I'm still trying to coordinate getting guys to lock this dude down. And I was just thankful they didn't strip me down there. I'm like, just wrap it up. I'll go to the hospital afterwards.
If I was your partner, I'd say, he's got secondary wounds. You need to cut those clothes off.
If Ronnie was there, he would have done that.
And he would have done it on video. I don't know if you've seen dog comes out all the time in this room right here. Oh. Dog got out of that car. I was on the other side of the street, man. I grew up in the ghetto, bro. That bullshit about it doesn't bite or you'll be fine. Nah, man. They bite us more than they bite other people.
It was funny because I ended up going, I think it's San Antonio Hospital.
Okay.
After, get everything locked down and we got SWAT teams rolling, my lieutenant's like, go to the hospital now. So I go up there and, I throw on a raid jacket and walk in. A partner drives me up there and they look at it and I said, yeah, I got bit by a dog. Let me guess, Ontario's? I'm like, yeah? How'd you know? Oh, we've had more than enough cops come in that dog's bit. I'm like, son of a bitch.
I watched him bite a guy that's just standing there. He's got his gun and he's in uniform, just standing there. Dog just looks at him and jumps up and grabs him. I'm like, what the hell was that? What are you training that dog to do?
Oh, I know. I mean, and then later on that night, because they don't stitch dog bites, so all they did was they like power washed it out,
clean it,
and scrub it with a brush, and I'm like, and they just left a hole, probably a good 2-inch hole in my arm.
Really?
So they wrap it up, and I go back to the scene, and eventually the dude bails out the window when the SWAT team introduces tear gas. So they send the dog again, and the dog chews him up. So the dog got to bite 2 assholes that day. Me and the suspect.
2 assholes. He was a happy dog.
Yeah, he was a happy dog.
Because that's their playtime is to bite people.
Exactly.
He's taking it literal. I'm going to bite everybody. My handler doesn't play with me after I bite someone, so I'm going to bite everybody.
Oh, yeah. Then I get my toy.
Yeah, the toy time. Something about that tear gas. Were you there when the guy jumped out the window and broke both his ankles?
No.
That was the best.
Oh.
Head first out the second-story window, tweaked out. Does a flip, like, dude, Cirque du Soleil. Does a flip, lands on his ankles, and both of them snap like 2x4s. Crack! So now he's got 2 broken ankles, and he starts running down the driveway. And it looks like he's wearing, when your socks get too long and they kind of flap
like
around?
the tube socks.
So he's running down the driveway, but he's running on top of the bones.
Oh.
That's the best, man.
That's determination
That's
right there.
meth.
Oh, yeah.
Kids, don't use meth. He was breaking in from one apartment to the other, breaking the wall, when you break a hole in the drywall and going to the next apartment. So they tear gas one apartment, and he break a hole to the next apartment, and they tear gas out. The whole place was just destroyed. They had to go back to the station to get more tear gas.
Oh.
And then finally, when he decides I had enough, he does a header out the second-story window. I'm talking to just meth.
Oh.
Determination.
Yeah. No shit.
Oh, those are funny things, man.
Yeah.
You miss that.
I do.
I miss that.
You got to miss that stuff.
The craziness. That's
yeah.
the craziness.
I remember another, talking about meth, a tweaked out guy threatening to kill himself. He climbs up a utility pole in La Mirada, and he's up there holding a knife. Basically, I'm going to take this guy out, but it's him. And so the sergeant at the time, this was probably 1991, somewhere around there, or 89, 90. And, they didn't have a whole lot of less lethals other than the old school Arwen.
Oh, yeah.
That would shoot the big rounds. And sergeant grabs it and he goes, "You better come down." "I'm not coming down." And he's kind of like, sergeant took the Arwen, pop, shoots some guy onto a brick wall and then down. "All right, I told you. You should have gave up." But it's like stuff like that. You kind of go, wow.
That is the funniest stuff. That's the
yeah.
stuff my kids know those stories.
Yeah.
I tell them the funny stuff and they go, that didn't happen. That absolutely happened.
Yep.
And I could give you a million more. I just forget them all because I'm old. But getting in this room, we start bringing up stuff and I remember stuff. I go, oh my God, I forgot about that one. I better say it before I forget because I'll forget. In 2 seconds, I'm going to forget I was going to tell you something. I've done it like 10 times since you sat here. Like, okay, that's good. I don't even remember what the hell I was going to say. Because you get going and we that's the way we are. The funny stories is what keeps you going.
Oh, yeah.
The horrific stuff you got to deal with. That's your job. But
yeah.
The funny stories are what makes you do it again and do it again and do it again.
Yeah, because those are the ones you always remember. Those.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to. I mean, that breaks up all the horrific stuff.
You're talking about a hospital. I remembered something was we've been started to watch that TV show called Nurse Jackie.
I never saw that.
She's addicted to painkillers and she's a nurse. But it's pretty funny because she plays a nurse that's like really tough. And those emergency room nurses are badasses. And I always tell the story about this guy came in for an OD and he pissed off the nurses. And the nurse says, I have to do a catheter. And she, they have the boxes with the hoses on the wall. So they call us because he's incorrigible. He's already just screaming, yelling he's OD'd and she's got to give him the charcoal and all that shit. But she's going to get a catheter. And there's 3 different tubes on the wall, and they're in cardboard boxes. And she goes, "Oh, you want the big one?" And she grabs this. It looks like a garden hose, bro. And me and the guys there's 3 guys. We're cringing like, "Oh my god, dude, shut up! Why are you pissing her off?
Don't piss off the nurses.
Never piss off the nurses." So she goes, "Let me close the curtain." So we handcuff them and everything. She closes the curtain. You just hear them screaming and screaming. And that's the funny shit, man. That's the funny, you stupid ass. Another guy, same hospital, same nurse. He swallowed muriatic acid because his girlfriend broke up with him.
Oh, dumbass.
So he goes to the pool house and drinks muriatic acid straight. And so his esophagus and everything, he just dissolved everything. That nurse treated him, "You dumbass, what the hell is wrong with you?" And this guy is just destroyed. I don't know how you going to live. I don't even know. And she's yelling at him, and I'm just cracking up. I go, "This lady, I love this lady. I love her. I think she's awesome." They put up with so much stuff just like us.
Oh, I mean, it's in patrol. You never piss off the dispatcher because you're going to get all the shit calls. Same thing. You go to a hospital, you don't piss off the nurse because they can make your life hell. I mean, when that story of when I got hit head on by the drunk driver, that guy had a small laceration, typical drunk. I mean, both cars are wrecked. He had a small laceration on his head. But the deputies, they hook him. They take him to a hospital separate from where I went. But the nurse, the ER nurse, is like, "What's he here for?" "Oh, he hit one of our off-duty deputies." "Really? Who?" "Okay, he needs a catheter." This guy was like a rock and roller, so he had long hair. They only shaved one half of his head, left everything else, and so he got the full treatment. And it's like, okay.
That's what I'm talking about. I love them. I love these people. They're awesome. She's taking care of you.
Yeah.
She's taking care of you in her way.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it's all legit. It's all explainable.
Yeah.
Just like we do.
Oh, yeah.
If I can figure it out, we're going to do what we got to do.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
But that's the best. She took care of you. That's awesome. You don't piss off the nurse. You don't piss off the waiters. You don't piss off people that are in control of your stuff.
No.
That can happen. Even the paramedics, man. That guy might be rolling to me.
Oh, yeah.
I can tell you a story about paramedics because I can't say them here. But paramedics, we get along with those guys. And
you
sometimes you go to the station, you use the restroom, you write a report or whatever. Those guys are freaking hilarious, man. And they've shown up to stuff. I'm glad they're my friend.
Oh, yeah. They're kind of like the cops of the fire department because you're working with them all the time.
They're always out.
Yeah. And they're the ones who are going to save your ass if something, God forbid, happens to you out there.
But the joke is that they have all night to think of their practical jokes because they're funny. Those guys are funny. I'm telling you, I've had some great laughs with the guys. Nothing is airworthy, though. I can't say. They're dirty bastards, but they're great guys. Yeah. I remember being out there with you on scenes, and we always seem to make the best of the time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you have to. There's always the shit talking. But when it comes to the work, you have to be serious. But you have to have that break to be able to joke with your buddy, not in front of victims or victims' families, but you have to be able to have that outlet.
You do. Absolutely. We talk about that a lot in here about looks bad when you're laughing over a person, but sometimes it just happens. If you work with Dan Morris or those kind of, you're going to laugh, man. I'm sorry. I love Dan. There's guys that are just funny.
Yeah.
And it's not about the body. It's not about the person. It's something he says.
Oh, yeah. No, it definitely is. And I mean, they call it gallows humor.
Okay.
Or, but you have to have that outlet. Like I said, otherwise, if you bottle it all up, you're going to eat yourself alive inside out.
And that's why we started this. I wanted to get an outlet to the guys. I wanted to give guys come in here and just talk about what they want. And maybe it's not reliving bad things. It's kind of just making it normal.
Right.
Because we hold a lot of stuff in.
Oh, yeah.
And guys come in and they don't want to talk, but in a little while they're talking. It's good. Right. It's good.
Yeah. No, it definitely is. It's a good outlet, like I said.
Yeah.
Especially even after you retire because, you're away from the game. So you're not in the office every day talking with the fellas. You're not going over cases or, just shit talking. An outlet like this is awesome.
I would imagine it's like military. The guys get together and, when I'm with my family, I don't talk anything about law enforcement. But when I get with a guy, all of a sudden let's just talk about funny stuff we did together.
Oh, yeah.
And we relive it, but it's not a bad thing.
Correct.
But you won't do that with civilians. You'll do it when you see another
no.
cop, or I imagine with military, they would do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the mindset is the same,
Right.
and we snap right back into the craziness.
Yeah. No doubt.
And I've had people tell me, you guys talk about that like it's nothing, but it's nothing to me. But to them, it's shocking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it is. But to us, it's like, okay, yeah,
It happened.
kind of like what we talked about earlier with the black cats at a scene and
Yeah.
seeing a cat walking away maybe with a body part. It's like, well, yeah, it happens.
It happens. Or you're schooling me on Modelo.
No, that's Merdello. That's
Merdello.
the official beer of murder.
It's so funny because I remember there's always a bottle or two laying around when something crazy happens.
Oh, Lord, I've had some scenes where it was a party and there's just Modelo bottles and cans everywhere. And it's like, yeah, they're right next to the body. It's the official beer of murder.
I think we should find a sponsorship.
I don't know if the brewery would like that, but hey, it is what it is.
I'll write the commercial, man. I think it'd be hilarious. Or even some type of meme. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I missed it. That's great. That's great, Modelo. I'm going to use it all the time now.
Oh, yeah. By all means, it's not trademarked.
It is now. Let me set it on the air. So what was the most, what did you get the most out of Homicide? What did you take from it?
I mean, being able to speak for the victims, never knowing a victim, but being able to speak for them and their families after they were murdered. Because, I mean, the bottom line, no matter what a person does in life, they don't deserve to be murdered.
True.
And
True.
being able to speak for that person in death, to me, was the most fulfilling and huge in finding the suspect or suspects and bringing them to justice.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that was the ultimate.
That is.
And that's what I had strove my whole career to work.
That's why you do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's no doubt.
That is it's a goal. And it's like, I didn't go to Homicide, but I went to OSS for a long time. I did 11 years solving that case, bringing the bad guy to justice. It sounds corny, but it's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when they thought they got away with it.
Oh, and even more so when, like, if you go to trial and then the trial, when the jury comes back and you get that guilty verdict, and it's like, that's the ultimate right there. I mean, that's the crescendo.
Yeah.
I mean, it's perfect.
Especially after all that work.
Yeah.
Because I know your work, you guys have so much to do. I mean, there's so much to do. People don't know what it takes to put a case together. Your murder books they're not books, they're file cabinets.
Oh, yeah. There are, in some cases, are boxes on top of boxes. I mean, I've, been around guys that work like white collar crime, the forgery fraud guys. And you see they would have a room with boxes, say it's a Ponzi scheme.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, okay, that's great. It's a bunch of financial records.
Yeah.
With a homicide case, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And you're putting in the work. I mean, you can't shortcut that case.
No.
There's no way.
No. They're going to call you on all of it. Mm-hmm. And we've discussed having holes. You know what your problems are. You know what your weaknesses are. You try to fit them up, but sometimes you just have to rely on the jury understanding that not everything is going to be laid out.
Well,
it's a lot they have to put together on their own.
I mean, when I first got there, my mentor, he told me, you have to investigate your case and attack it like you're the defense attorney.
Yeah.
So you want to pick the holes
Absolutely.
and plug them before they make it to court.
Absolutely.
And that's something that stuck with me through my time at Homicide.
It's great advice.
Yeah, it was.
That's the way that's the way I remember you had to look at it like, okay, what would I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, how would I attack Adam's case?
Yeah. If I'm a scumbag defense attorney, how am I going to attack this case?
And it's usually mud. It's a lot of mud, man.
Oh, yeah.
And sitting there like, you get to sit. I get to sit at the table, and watching them just beat you up or listen to them beat you up. It's hard.
It is, but I mean, to me, I always pictured whenever I was in trial, it was not to make light of it and call it a game, but in a way it was, because it's the us versus them mentality, but you know what your evidence is and you know how strong your evidence is. And when that is what you're putting forward, I mean, and plus you can't show any emotion because a jury's going to pick up if they're slamming you, talking about how dirty you are, how much you're lying, you can't show any emotion.
None.
You just have to sit there stoic as much as it sucks and you want to, stand up and yell, hey, shut up.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
Yeah, you got to take it.
Yeah, I mean, I had one with the 2 deputies that were shot back in September of 2020 at Compton, at the Compton train station. And during that trial, I mean, that defense attorney tried everything she could to dirty us and just, did everything, even though the guy was clearly on video. And it was, I mean, that was a tough one, especially when she attacked the deputies and basically referred to them as cowards. And both were shot. I mean, those are the tough cases.
Yeah, those are horrible.
Yeah.
You have to rely on so many people, though, as a homicide investigator.
You do.
I remember having a good case, and then somebody would be wishy-washy on the stand, like, dude, now I got to fix you. There's you have to rely on a lot of people to do their jobs.
Yes.
At homicide, you got the crime lab, you got the guys, you had us come out. There's so many people involved, not just you. You got to rely on the whole department.
No, it's a team effort. Every case is a team effort from the initial call. You're dealing with the patrol deputies and what they did or didn't do where that's going to screw your case up. And then you have the crime lab and just from the processing of the scene, make sure that it's done right and you're overseeing that. Then it goes to the witness interviews. And then, you're dealing with civilian witnesses who obviously are traumatized by what they saw, or they're, maybe they're a gangster themselves, or, they really don't want to be involved. So you have to deal with that aspect. And then you're back to the lab with DNA evidence or ballistic evidence, and you're dealing with that. And then, like you said, where you worked, you're dealing with the videos and pulling video and having it properly documented, which you guys always did a great job. And I mean, never had a problem with you guys on that. But then it comes down to court, and now you're presenting your case.
All of it.
And then when everyone gets on the stand, I mean, I've had cases where a guy, a station detective has been there for 10 years and has never testified once in a trial.
What?
And
what?
Yeah. I had that recently, and it was probably because they came out during the pandemic, and now they were, even though they went through patrol, now they're a station detective, but they had never testified before.
How does that happen?
I have no idea.
I've never heard that.
I remember working the jail in the late 80s, and I testified in court for finding dope on somebody
all the
in
time.
the jail.
Yeah, that's where you learned.
Yeah. But it was just, it just blew me away that I had like 3 different detectives come up and talk about how they've never testified.
I've never heard that in my life. That's pretty shocking.
Yeah. I mean, not so much anymore. I mean, unfortunately, some of the transition the DA's office went through, not only with the laws changing in California and not filing cases and taking dope cases and basically making them infractions.
Yeah.
So guys weren't getting the opportunity to testify.
It makes sense. They were dispoing everything and giving deals on everything before it even got to trial.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All the time.
Especially under Gascon's watch. It was ridiculous.
Everybody was getting sweet deals. So you're not going to testify because they're giving away your cases every day. They're not even getting filed most of the time.
Yeah, definitely.
We talk in here a lot about filing DAs, and that's a great joke. I'm sorry. It just is. The most sad people you ever meet.
I mean, fortunately, at Homicide, we didn't have to deal with filing DAs as much. I mean, if it was a gang case before Gascon disbanded Hardcore, there were the Hardcore gang DAs, and we filed directly with them.
Yeah.
Or if it was a branch case, we would go to the head.
Yeah.
And we would always file there. Or if a cop was our victim, then it was always the CAPOS, the Crimes Against Peace Officers section. So I got spoiled in that regard.
Yeah, special DAs that were up there in the special units.
But prior to that, between a detective at a station and also at major crimes, we're dealing with the filing DAs where they could care less.
How do you like major crimes?
Oh, it was a blast.
Okay, what unit were you?
So my first year I worked Metro.
Oh.
And then,
first year?
Yeah, my first year I was at Metro. Then I worked the surveillance apprehension team for, like 5 years. And then my last year and a half, 2 years was spent at Cargo Cats because I wanted to get back into the investigations, writing warrants.
Those are fun units.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Metro Major Crimes, they're they're now bonus 2s, which means they're like top. But prior to
Isn't it
that,
serial?
we do serial robberies, kidnap for ransom, extortions.
So who does the prostitution stuff?
Oh, that's
What did it say?
well. That got kicked over to human trafficking. Does all that now?
Before
but
that,
prior to that, there was a Vice section within major.
There was
crimes.
still Vice?
Yeah,
I
there was still Vice.
I thought they got absorbed by Metro. My bad.
Some of the guys went from Vice, went to Metro, and even when I got there, it was pretty much non-existent. They weren't doing much of that anymore. You still had a few guys doing like massage parlors and that, but not on a regular basis.
Yeah, we did a lot of that. That's what I thought you were at. I'm sorry, but we did a lot of that because the camera stuff.
Yeah,
the hotel.
No, fortunately, I never did any.
That's
of that.
why I said Metro. I go, Steve's Metro. Okay.
No.
Big mistake.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. So you were doing the serial robberies and the murder for hire and all
kidnap for ransom. Yeah,
that's what I thought they were the same unit.
Different. Thank God.
So you go to homicide. Was that a dream of yours?
Yes.
What was the reasoning? Why did you want to go to homicide?
I mean, when I went to work at a station level on a team where we handled our investigations from start to finish, from the arrest all the way through the conviction, and I got the bug. And plus, the guy that I worked for there was probably by far the best cop I ever worked with. That was Kevin Lloyd. And
great man. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
Great man.
He taught me a lot.
Great man.
And eventually, and we did a lot of cases with homicide there. And I started to see that, and I got the bug.
Yeah. That's where you want to go. I'm going there.
Yeah. I mean, you have the guys that come on that SEB, they want to go to the SWAT team.
Everyone
they want to do that.
has like a little route they want.
Yeah.
But they don't usually end up where they want.
Yeah. No, a lot don't.
But you did.
Yeah, I did finally. I mean, it took a few applications and interviews, but eventually I made it there, and it was the best thing I ever did.
You liked it enough to do how many years there?
17.
17 years of just murder, death, and kill.
Unfortunately, yes.
It takes a special person to do that for that long. You know that, right?
Some say sick.
Special. That's a good way of saying it.
Yeah. Believe it, it's special.
I'm trying to be nice. No, it's a very hard job to do, man. You did it 17 years. I'm just going to say it's a lot of fucking work. And you cannot be lazy there. You can't take shortcuts. You can't fake it.
There, you're on call every 7 to 10 days. You're up to catch a case.
Yeah.
I mean, my first year there, I think my partner and I caught 22 actual just murders. And that wasn't counting, like non-criminal responses when we worked the desk, suicides or baby deaths, natural baby deaths, something like that. 22 murders.
Oh, who was your partner then?
Jeff Cochran. He was my mentor.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you had great partners, man.
Oh,
you've already met. Damn, that's awesome. Because that could be terrible.
If you have a bad partner, it could be very bad. I mean, I was blessed that every partner I had was good.
Yeah.
And I had a great time working with each and every one of them. Even when I became, they screwed up and made me a mentor, and I was, kind of breaking in new guys.
Yeah.
I never had one that was bad at all.
That's a key point for 17 years.
Yeah.
Because bad partner make you want to do 2 years and get the hell out.
I mean, and I remember being told when I got there that sometimes partnership is like a gallon of milk. They have an expiration date.
Yes.
And, at some point you just want to toss it out and go get a new one.
Start a new one.
And I've seen that there because some guys just don't click.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate enough that every partner I work with, I seemed to click with. And that was a blast.
Mm-hmm. Someone said in here about you don't never get to pick your partner. You never get to pick. Sometimes you do. You get to, work it out where you get it with the right guy. And that's when it's fun as hell. You get a guy that I'm going to, this is my friend. We're going to have fun.
And at Homicide, that's a unit where you can do that.
And that's when it gets great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when you have a blast.
A blast. And you don't want to go home. I'll get in trouble for it. But when I worked with Ronnie and I were partners at OSS, I didn't want to go home. It was just fun. We just laughed and joked, but we took a lot of bad people to jail. Crime fighting's fun when you have the right person next to you.
I know Ronnie. I was on the team with Ronnie. And trust me, I know.
Yeah, we had a lot of good laughs, and that made it fun. And then I had bad ones where I wanted to just call in sick every day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, I had that like in patrol where it's
Yeah.
like you dreaded going
horrible.
to work, and you were just praying that he's going to call in sick, so you can just find work with someone else or just by yourself.
Just people don't match. There's
No.
there's too many personalities. The sheriff's department is so many people, and you never know. You know,
Oh yeah.
sometimes you can get along with that person you don't think you're going to get along with. You could
Right.
you work it out, but it's just not as fun.
No.
To do something for 17 years like Homicide, you have to have a good partner. You have to.
Oh,
There is no doubt. That's why I think Homicide lets you move around.
Oh, yeah.
It's easy because they want you guys to click. They want it to be good.
I mean, granted, once you get off of mentorship yourself, you work with a good partner, but at some point you have to give back to the Bureau.
Mm-hmm.
And if you feel that you know the job well enough, you have to be able to want to mentor the new generation coming in, which is eventually what I did. They asked me and I chose to do it just because I felt I was giving back. Not saying that I could teach anyone anything, because Lord knows I'm dumb as a box of rocks. But, I thought at least I should be able to give back to the Bureau if they asked me to. And I did. And like I said, I had no issues with mentoring guys. I had fun with each and every one that I worked with.
What do you think your best years were? When you first started or when you were coming out?
No, I mean, everything as a whole. I didn't have any years that were worse than the others or that I dreaded. There were the loss of partners. Yeah. Like, my last full-time partner I worked with was Jason Vigor. And he came in fact, his very first case, we caught the handle on the Monterey Park mass shooting. And it was August 1st of 2024. He died in a car accident. And so those are the down times. But other than that, I wouldn't say that I really had any down times while I was there. It was always a lot of work.
The job was it harder when you first started? I mean, it's hard. I know 17 years. Do you think it got harder when you were leaving or when it first started?
No, it's harder now. Just because of the massive amounts of evidence, whether any type of digital evidence, cell phones, GPS data, videos, cameras. I mean, now to go through all of that compared to when I first started, I mean, you'd write a search warrant for a cell phone, and you would sit there and analyze the data. You just look at calls. You weren't plotting GPS points.
Pings.
Now, thank God we have crime analysts that assist us, and they're huge in helping us. But you still have to present all that data plus all the social media stuff. Back then, you're lucky to have maybe a MySpace page, if that. For those of you that don't know, that's pretty old. But now, just in you having to go through all that to figure out what is relevant and what's not, but yet you still hand everything over to the defense because you have to. You're bound by law.
You need an expert for each one of those things too. Geez. You have to get somebody because you're not going to do it. I wouldn't do it. I don't want to do. I don't want to do cell towers, and I know about cell towers. I remember Ty used to do them. Like, good luck with you, bro. Yeah, because that's no.
Oh yeah, it's a monster. Yeah, when it comes out, I mean, just give me the blood drop in an alley. We hunt a gangster, we find the gangster, we recover the gun. They cop out or don't cop out, but we have enough evidence, we present it.
The old days.
Yeah, the old days. But now it's you're putting cameras out there, Ring cameras, other security cams. You're plotting movements and cell phone. And
the phone is a big one. The phone is a big one because everyone carries one, and you know it's going to be a cell phone, and it's a pain in the ass.
They are
a pain in the ass,
but they're also pretty good though.
No, they help.
They help. They're huge in helping on cases.
Yeah. So that's good. I think about that, but you're right. The technology has changed everything, and you guys have to catch on.
We
assimilate to it.
We basically, in a way, we have to become experts in every one of those fields, even though we're not going to testify to it. But we got to know what the hell we're dealing with and how to explain it. Yeah, and some people don't get that aspect of the job, but because I always said this is the best job I could get with a high school diploma.
It's true,
and. And it was.
And you sit in that courtroom and you realize how far you've come.
You don't do this job for personal gratitude or satisfaction. No. You can't. it's
You're not going to get it first.
except maybe from yourself.
Yourself. I mean, but other people aren't going to. No one's going to give you a parade, bro.
Yeah.
You have to really be one of those people who can be proud of your own work.
Oh yeah, and you have to be. And like I said at the beginning, you're doing the work for the victims and their families.
Yes.
Not for you, not for the lamb moment, the look at me moment. It's not about that.
And it comes up in here a lot of people saying they keep in contact with victims. Like I had special victims in here, and parents are still calling and saying, it's the picture of my child, and they helped on the case, and terrible cases, horrible things. Homicide gets the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Because you get, homicide takes years. And you're going to get to know that family. And people don't know that you're going to subpoena them. And during breaks, you're going to go to lunch with them because you don't leave them out of your sight. You don't go, see you later. They're your victims. You're going to buy them lunch.
Right.
And you're going to pick them up. Sometimes they never have a ride. You're going to drive them to court. You're going to drive them home.
You may have even relocated them.
And you got to move them.
Yeah. You move them, and then you're kind of like you're married to them.
Yes.
Because through that process, you're providing money to them for 3-6 months, maybe a year to help them start new. But then, you keep in contact. I mean, there were some victims' families where on the anniversary date of their loved one's murder, they would send me a card.
Really?
Or call. Or, and that's even after the court process is over. Or even on some unsolved cases, they would reach out, and those are the ones that are tough because you have tried to do everything you could, but that family is still grieving, and they're always going to grieve.
Always.
And in a way, you're grieving too because you can't solve it.
Yeah.
I mean, you may know who did it, but trying to prove it is another thing.
That's hard, bro.
Oh, those are the cases that stick with you.
I wish I could explain how that feels when you know and you can't do a damn thing about it.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It is.
And we do it all the time because you can't solve them all.
No, you can't, unfortunately.
But I guess that's not a reward, but it is something for your work. We were talking about getting a pat on the back or a parade, but these people trying to stay in contact with you, they meant something to them. That's. I think it is kind of a reward. Like, okay, they appreciate. I feel bad that this happened. Even if we get a solve, they're still tore up. It doesn't bring their loved one back.
No.
So you're still going to have the same thing. It's hard to carry, bro.
Yeah, it is. But again, I chose to do it.
Yeah.
And I could have walked away. I could have either retired early or went to another unit, but I didn't want to. This was the job I chose and the one I wanted to stick with.
You got to come back.
Oh, I'd love to.
Yeah.
This is a blast.
Bring some partners.
Yeah, I'd have to ask and see who's interested.
Good luck.
All right, thanks, brother.
Good luck. They don't want to come out.
I know.
A lot of guys are like, I don't know what I'll say, and then I get them in here. I can't shut them up. It's true, and I say it every show. I wish more guys would come out. It's fun as hell.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to come here and shit talk people.
No,
I mean, that's not my gig. I'll talk about my cases and talk about the crazy stuff and the fun stuff. I'm not coming here to air grievances. That's not my job.
Why would you do that? Then it changes the whole dynamic of this whole room.
Exactly.
I wouldn't do that.
No, and plus I'm gone. I'm retired.
Yeah.
It's what do I have to be pissed off about?
No.
I've run across guys that still hold on to the politics of the department or what's going on at a particular station, and they're retired. I'm like, bro, you're gone. Guys ask me, hey, what do you think of this? What's going on at the Bureau at Homicide? What do I care? I'm gone. It doesn't affect
we're
me.
like right here. The day I turned in my shit, probably before that, I don't want to know. And people were calling me, hey, Adam, this is what's happening. And I didn't want to be rude. So I would listen, and this is what's going on here. And I'm like, okay, yeah. Then all of a sudden, I think they realize I don't want to hear it. So no one talks the shit about the department. I could care less. Only thing I care about is I have family members still there. So they ask me advice,
right?
Because they're going through some stuff, or if they do go through stuff, and I help them. But my advice isn't that good because I'm thinking like me and you, I'm gonna tell you straight out. And nowadays, you can't do any of that.
Yeah, I mean, I've had guys reach out to ask me like, say, legal stuff on a case. That stuff I have no
good.
problem.
That's good.
As much as I remember, and try to help them. But I've had guys, hey, this is going on. Okay. Deal with it. I'm gone. I'm no longer there.
I don't care.
Yeah, not saying that I don't care, but I care for you, but not the bullshit.
Yeah. I'm glad it's over. I'm glad that part of it's over, the politics, because my team got pulled in all that political shit.
I remember that.
They were pulling us in all that different directions because power struggles.
Oh yeah.
And there's only, there was only 4 to 6 people that could do half the shit they wanted.
Between that and it's like every other week you were under a different command structure in a different unit, and it's like, just make up your minds.
They were so hot potato with us because they want to control.
Oh yeah.
It's important for them. They have to dominate. Come in, I'm gonna dominate this people. I'm gonna get the people that can hurt me too.
Yeah.
I don't miss that.
I mean, fortunately, with at Homicide, we were kind of just left alone. I mean, other than dealing if there was a high profile or political case, then it became a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
But apart from that, we were pretty much immune and left alone. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't miss the politics.
That's why I like being attached to all your stuff, because people left us alone too.
Yeah, which was good.
Especially with the Perkins stuff, and the Perkins especially. They left us alone.
Yeah.
We figured it out between the IO and us. We'd figure it out, and a lot of great shit happened. We did some good work, man.
Oh, I'm telling you, and even after you were gone, still, working with your old unit, I mean, did some really cool stuff. I mean, like the guy that shot the deputies, we wired up his cage on a bus because he was a keep away.
Yeah.
And the statements he made were gold.
And we built that up on the Suge night. We did all that at Suge, and we did all the buses, and that's fun shit. But it gets the cases solved. It gets the cases not solved, but they
it helps enhance them and have more evidence.
It just screws them, man. Their own voice. I said the best witness is them.
Yes. By far.
And their voice and their statements and their shenanigans, that's great.
Oh, yeah.
Their lawyer's probably going, what the hell am I, what do I got? Dude, there's not even a deal. I can't even take a deal, bro.
Oh, I know.
You said what to who? Why?
Yeah, our dumbass.
I used to get IOs telling me all the time, oh, he's not going to say anything. Dude, just give it time.
Wait and see.
Give it time. They all just fall into, I got to cover my ass. It becomes more important to cover their ass than common sense.
Even if it is a self-serving statement, it's a statement.
All of them. I love lies. I've said it before. When I was an IO, I loved lies because I can prove it's a lie, and the jury's going to know you're a fucking liar.
Yeah, exactly.
Lie to me. Guys would get mad that people would lie to them. And I'd be like, dude, more the better.
Yeah.
Tell me you were with your girlfriend at the movies. Please tell me you were somewhere else. Yeah. And it's someplace I can prove that you weren't there. And I love it. Keep going. They think they're telling you this big story. Don't stop them.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Let them talk.
My interviews are hours, and I would put them in, come back, because I learned from Liam. I don't know if you know Liam Gallagher.
I know Liam very well.
So Liam was my sergeant, and he would want to interview. He'd like to take cases when I was at Century Clear, and I'd sit and watch Liam. I'm a new booty, right? I'm get, but damn, he kicked ass in the interviews. And then I had Hector Velasquez. And Hector and Rich Martinez. Oh, they were my mentors when I went to OSS. Great investigators. Mm-hmm. And their style was, just let them talk, just let them talk, just let them talk. And the certain words they use, and I'm not going to give it all away, but great shit.
Oh, yeah?
So I had 3 of those 3, man, I'm lucky. I got to watch those guys work.
Yeah, Liam, when I first went to Cargo Cats, he was our team sergeant.
Oh, yeah, he was there.
Yeah, it was him, and our lieutenant was Don Slauson.
Oh.
Ned Flanders.
Ned Flanders. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good name.
Great people to work for. And then eventually Liam came to Homicide, too, as a team lieutenant. So, yeah, working around him.
I'd swear by Liam in here many times. That's the man.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That is the man. I know he's in Ireland. And he can't hear me, but damn, he's the man. He made a huge impact in my career. Yeah. Huge, because he was my first get sergeant. I had 3 different OSS teams, and he was my sergeant. I used to always tell him, "Why are you following me?" But Liam doesn't take a joke. So Liam, you can't play with him.
Very serious.
So you can't go. I said, he goes, "Why?" I go, "No, I'm just
power down,
Sarge. Come on, Sarge." I'm just like, every unit I go to, you're there. It's like they paying you to watch me or something. And he just looks at me. He's not going to laugh. He's not going to joke with you. But he's a badass sergeant.
Yeah.
And then I didn't work for him as a lieutenant. But it's a funny story. I'm going to say it since you know Liam. You know Liam's personality. Mm-hmm. He's just a leader. He's a supervisor. He's a fucking badass sergeant. Great mentor. Right. You follow him. You'll follow him to fire. That's the guy just leads by example. So he's my sergeant and all this stuff. And I knew you can't play with Liam. He yelled at me, he got mad at me, all kinds of shit. I'm not going to tell those stories again, but they're there. And then I didn't see him for years and he went to homicide.
Yeah.
So now I'm at Tech Ops. And I had to go do a job up in Baldwin Park. And you guys have the CP van, that big truck. They had it out there. Well, anyways, Liam was sitting in like a lounge chair out in front, like a beach chair. But he's sitting in front of the CP, the big trailer. And I see Liam and go, oh, shit, that's Liam. I haven't seen him in 5 years. And I start walking toward the trailer, and Liam looks up. He goes, Adam. And I go, hey, what's up, Liam? And he jumped out of that chair and gave me a big-ass hug, like, hey, how you doing? What the fuck?
Who is this?
What happened? What happened to Liam? Has he been drinking or something? But he's like, hey, good to see you, man. He's real, not kissing my ass, but being really, like, glad to see me, you know?
Right.
I was like, hey, it's great to see you. And I walked away, and my partner goes, hey, that guy's nice. I go, no.
No, you don't know the real Liam.
Don't think for a minute that's not normal. I love Liam. Like I said, he's very much. I credit him with everything.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the way I felt about Kevin Lloyd because I mean I was around Kevin when I worked patrol. He was a sergeant, showed up there, and then eventually pulled me to his team at Pico, and then he was instrumental in getting me to homicide. And just that kind of guy.
Yeah,
you know, he was a shit magnet, and you know, Lord knows he had a colorful past on the department, but none better to learn from.
The best. Like I say, he always was really, really good to me. Yeah. Always looking out for me, you know. And I didn't know why, but I was at OSS at Pico when he was there. But then I would see him later in my career in homicide and everything. And I would see him at stuff, and he would always come up to me and talk to me.
That's because you were a worker, and he knew you were a worker. That's why.
It was. I hope that was it, because I didn't ever work for the man, but he always would make a wait to me.
Kevin knew if people were lazy and didn't do the job, he wouldn't even say hi to you.
Really?
Yeah, that's how Kevin was.
That's good to know then.
Kevin was never one to just say hi to someone just because, or talk to them. He was very standoffish. If he knew that someone was lazy by his standards and didn't work, he wouldn't even pay him no mind. But if it was somebody he knew that was a good detective by his standards and that worked, oh no, he would go out of his way.
Well, that means a lot.
Yeah,
that means a lot. Then it means more. I had a lot of respect for the man. Like I said, him and Liam, those guys are different. Oh. Those are the guys that I was so I get in trouble because I would get sergeants, and I'm not gonna name them, and they would be shitty sergeants. And they would give me shit, and I would give them shit, and I would always use the same line. They all know it. Right. If they watch this shit, they all know. Fucking Adam would tell me that. I would say, it's not your fault you're a shitty sergeant. Or it's not your fault that you don't understand how to do your job. Because this is, we get our own time sometimes. Right. Not professional time. We get our own time with supervisors, on my own time. It's not your fault that you aren't good at your job yet, or you don't understand what it takes to do this job. I work for some of the best sergeants this department has ever had. Ever. And I'll name them. I work for Eric Jean Bobble. I work for Liam Gallagher. I work for Sal Munoz. I mean, these guys, to me, were you couldn't work for better.
Right.
And I'm going to throw the best one was Dwayne Harris.
Oh, Jesus.
Dwayne Harris was my sergeant for 5 years at OSS. These guys are my example of what you do all the time. There's no lapse. Right. There's no lack that they're good and bad. No, these guys are the guys. Dwayne was like a god to me, man. I looked at that man like, this guy is it. If I could do my career half as well as Dwayne, I'd be happy. Mm-hmm. So when certain sergeants would try to do their stupid shit, I said, these guys made it hard for you. You're never going to live up to what I think a sergeant's supposed to be. Right. And it's not your fault you suck, because these men understood the job, and I can see how bad you are. They magnify your shortfallings. They do. Yeah. And it's
because you're failing in comparison.
It's not even close. Yeah. It's close, and that made it easier to leave, because they're all leaving and they're all gone. I used to have lunch with Larry Knott and all the guys, and I don't know if you know Larry. Oh yeah. So, Larry and I we would all go lunch together, and when they were retired, I would still go meet them for lunch. It was good times, but these guys were the guys that told me what was right and wrong. And I'm not young, but I was younger than them, so I appreciated it. I got out the right time. I know you did too.
Yeah.
I got out at 22. It was just when the Rona thing was happening, and I'm like, I'm not dealing with this shit. And I had enough years. I had 32, and I said, I'm done.
Yeah. I mean, when I decided to go, it was time. I felt it was time.
Yeah. That's good.
If you would ask me a year prior, I wasn't ready. But since I've been gone, I have no regrets.
Nice.
None at all.
Nice.
I mean, I still get called in to testify, on different cases, but I expected that going in.
Yeah, it's going to be a few years.
Yeah, and I knew that. I mean, there were some guys who retired. Good luck trying to find them, but I'll testify. I still lecture at homicide school.
They do?
Yeah, I still do that whenever they have homicide school every couple of months. I'll go and I'll lecture there.
Good.
In fact, I present the deputy shooting case and
Nice.
yeah. So no, I still do things here and there.
You see any of these boneheads? Try to get hold of Bob Kenny.
Bob Kenny lectures at homicide school.
Tap him on the butt and tell him I want him in here.
Okay.
And tell him he owes me because I did a lot of shit with Bob. I did a lot of climbing addicts for that fucker. I love Bob.
No, so do I.
I'd like to get Bob in here. I really would.
Okay.
And then the guys like your era, I would even like Mark, but I think Mark would tell me in hell, pound sand.
Yeah. Yeah. When did I last? I was actually testifying at Compton Court a few months back on a case from 2000 when I was at Major Crimes, 2001, and I'm testifying and I'm walking to the elevator at Compton Court, and Mark is getting off the elevator. And I have no idea what he was doing because he wasn't in a suit on a case.
Who knows?
Yeah, I didn't want to know. I just kind of left.
I want to get you guys in there because you're the pinnacle. You guys are the top to me. All you guys line them up. I put you all at the same time. That'd be fucking awesome. I get Mark, you, and Bob. Oh, this would be a training video for anyone going to homicide ever.
Get the Jeff Leslie in here when he's in town.
Oh, Jeff, dude. Jeez, that's another good name.
Yeah. Damn. I mean, there were so many guys when I first got there that were just legendary. Jeff Cochran, Jimmy Gates, Rich Lopez.
Oh, Rich, yes.
I was just texting with Rich yesterday or a couple of days ago.
I think Rich was talking about coming in. He was talking to Ronnie about maybe coming in. I know they're talking to a lot of other names. I don't want to name them if they're not going to come because I don't want to push them, but they're on the fence. And it's all good. It's open door. Anytime you want to come back every week, you can be a recurring man. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's great getting guys back.
Right.
Because I know you're going to, we're all going to tell more.
Oh, yeah.
We have plenty to talk about.
Yeah.
I appreciate you sharing with me.
No, I appreciate you having me in.
Anytime. What do you got? Anything going on? Are you building furniture? Are you selling real estate? You got nothing to plug?
No.
I always give everybody a chance to.
Nothing to plug.
No?
I'm enjoying retirement and don't plan on working.
Well, you start your own podcast.
No, you got that covered. I'm good.
Well, I got it here. Just come and do it here. We'll do the Steve Blagg show.
Oh, no,
right
I'll
here.
bore the hell out of people.
No, it's good. You have your family's going to look at this, and that's what I'm getting a lot of too. Families are looking at it, coming back and saying, "I didn't know my dad did this. I didn't know my uncle did that." Because we don't talk about work,
Right? No.
And my kids are even saying, "Dad, I didn't even know that." It's cool.
Right.
It's a little bit of a biography time.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a release.
Yeah.
You're able to come in and just talk.
Yeah. Well, no, do you drink?
Not that much.
Not that much? Okay. Because I won't call you for the whiskey ones. Because I got whiskey guys that that's all whiskey, and it's fun. It's fun.
I'd come and hang out for that.
Oh, yeah. You'd probably laugh the whole night.
Exactly.
Nah, it's good, man. That's good. Thank you for coming out.
No, I appreciate it.
Brother.
Thanks.
Good seeing you.
All right, brother. You too.
Take care.